Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a sit down video, and by the name of the video you will be able to see I'm giving some tips and tricks for people currently doing their honors in chartered accountancy. I'm going to take off my glasses now. Yeah, let me just take it off now. I will probably squint every now and again just to see whether I'm in focus, but I made some notes here in a book so that I can give proper tips. I really went back and thought, you know, like of things that I would want to tell people up front. It's still the beginning of the year, so I think it's a good thing that I can still make this video. But yeah, just to give you background, I am Christelle. I'm from South Africa. I've been a chartered accountant now for, it's my 5th year, going into my 5th year. So I've done my articles already, obviously all my studies, and I currently live in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. I work here as a auditor in one of the big 4 accounting firms, and I'm going to give you some advice today because yeah, it's not as easy, because it's really a tough year, and I've been asked by so many people on Instagram, comments in my some of my other YouTube videos on, you know, how did I get through it, like people struggling, especially like with motivation, everything. So I'm going to try to touch on everything. I've got 8 things that I really like thought about, and yeah, I'm going to give you those tips. And just another thing is, just to give you background on how my honors worked, I studied in Potchefstroom, I studied in Afrikaans, and my honors here were basically, it includes the subjects accounting, auditing, taxation, and then one subject that include finance, accounting, and cost accounting. And then my weeks usually were, I think it was from 8 till 1. Our class is every day, 8 till 1. It was one subject per day. So from 8 in the morning till 1 o'clock, you will have one subject, for example tax, for that entire day, and then you're free the entire rest of the day. And that's the part where, yeah, I'm gonna give some tips. I know not everyone's honest might be like in the same format or routine, but I'm just giving you based on my experience, and I just want to give you background on how yeah, it worked for me. It was from a Monday till a Friday, and then usually if we wrote exams on Monday, we won't have class on that Monday. Okay, so with that, let's get into this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, for videos on my live, videos like this, and just, you know, talking to you guys. So please subscribe and then enjoy. Okay, so my first tip, and this is like starting off this video and just to tell you guys, is start working hard from the beginning. If you are not going to put in the hours straight away, you are going to fall behind, you are going to struggle, and it's as basic as it is. Start working hard from the beginning, put in the hours. I know it's like hard to keep motivated, but put in the hours, sit at your desk, and literally you do it for a year, and then you will pay the fruits, you'll receive the fruits will pay off, I'm not sure, but then at the end it will be all worth it, I promise. And then getting to my second point is, don't fall behind. It goes hand in hand with the first one. Is honors is such a year, it's filled with so many work. I can literally, if I just think back, I was like, literally, how does one person take in all of this information and understand it, keep it in their head, and then being able to write exams on it, difficult exams? It's really a lot of work, and you literally just can't even fall a week behind, because then you'll never, I won't say never, but it will be so difficult to catch up. You'll use your holidays to catch up rather than to relax. So just another point is, just don't fall behind. And I have some detail that I can go into on how I stayed on top of my topics for each subject. I will just give like a rough example now, but I can make a separate video if you want me to. You can just comment in the comments below, like, please make a video on exactly how you kept on top of everything, the process I did. But basically what I would do every single day is, for example, I'm just using that as an example. Today I had accounting, and it can be for you can have several subjects, it doesn't matter, but the subject that I had for that day, I will literally go home, eat my lunch, and after that I will go through whatever we did in class. I'll go through the notes that they gave us in class. I will compare the notes to our actual handbook that you are using. I will compare that, I will understand it, I will make it my own, and then I will do the homework. And then also I will we had our laws and regulations that you need to highlight. You need to add your flags that you can take in with you with your exams. Like I would do that, everything, all of that in that day. So the next day, that's done, that topic is done, I understand it, I did the homework on it, I can tick it off. That is what I did every day. And I will get into it now with the next point as well. Okay, so that brings me to my next point. It's basically repetition is key. I cannot explain to you how important this is, and that's probably, if I can say, that's the one thing that probably made me pass my honours year, is repetition. The entire, like the complete method I explained in the previous point is that, and the previous one, is there's so much information, so much work you have to go through, that once you get to your test that you need to write or your exam, you don't have the time or the capability to go through all of that again, because some of those things are difficult and it takes hours and hours to really grasp and understand it, and then you don't even get to other topics. It's just too much. So my method of going through my work every day of what we discussed during class and making it my own. So I will have a file per subject, and if I just stay at my accounting, I think I used accounting or taxation as an example, can't remember, my short-term memory, horrible. But anyways, I will have a file for that subject. I will take, like I explained, the notes, I will compare it to the handbook, I will make additional notes, I will literally like understand. I'm like repeating myself, but this is how important this is. But like I'm getting so like worked up, because really, like, if you repeat everything and make sure you understand it, then once you get and you need to study for your exam or your test, then you already have a good knowledge and a good understanding of the work you will be writing about. And that really helped me. It really like cut down time, because I was never really fully prepared for any test or exam. I always had that feeling of, oh, I could do more, I needed more time. But I knew I understood the basics of everything, and what helped me was doing that every day, you know. Yeah, so that was that. And then also, when you go through the work that you discussed during class, you can create questions. You can ask your what do you call them, the lecturers the next day. Like, I really liked being able to understand, okay, yesterday we did this topic, I understand it, but there's certain things I didn't understand. The next day after class, I'll go to the lecturer, I'll ask these questions, and it will be done. And I just had a good sense every day of my topics. I understood it. So that's really like a big tip that I can give you guys, is to make sure you tick that day's work off and it's done. So that's that one. Then my fourth one is to do your homework. Homework and example, it goes also hand in hand with repetition, is then you can, you know, obviously, I mean, it's the best way to do it is to see an example. Then you can actually see, do you understand your work or not? So that's just a quick tip, is if you thought like, should I be doing homework, should I be not doing it, like what should take you know, more preference than the other one, is everything should be equal. You can't do homework if you didn't understand or went through your knowledge, your actual basic theory, but you still need to do your homework. It's still a like application. You still need to show you understand what you need to be able to apply the theory. So homework is key. It helps with repetition, and it's also like the next day when the lecturer goes through the homework, you can ask relevant questions that help you in understanding the topic better. So do your homework. And then my fifth tip is basically just to take some time for yourself. You also need that. I know it's a lot of work and you feel like you can't take time for yourself, and you know there's too much work you need to get through, but just as important it is to work hard and to, you know, put in the hours, you also need to take care of yourself, to take care of your mind and your feelings. You are so stressed, it's literally like a year packed full of stress and, you know, a lot of what do you call that word, a lot of expectations, and I can't find the specific word, but it's just a difficult year. So make sure you take time for yourself. I took Friday afternoons after class from 1 o'clock till the evening. I took for myself. I used to watch series, YouTube. I just ate literally takeaway. I just did what made me happy, just to get everything off of my mind, and, you know, so that I can focus again working the weekend. And that brings me to my next point, is tip number 6 is basically use your weekends wisely. So I use my weekends, usually like half my Saturday was using to catch up on Friday's work that we already did, because I didn't do that the Friday because I took off. And then the rest of the weekend will either be stuff I really couldn't get through the week, or it will be studying for the test on Monday. But then I already put in so much hours during the week understanding all of the topics that it makes studying then easier. You'll still not get through everything. That's literally just how difficult honors is with the amount of work, but it just makes it a little bit more bearable. And then I'm getting to my last 2 points, and tip number 7 is just to have confidence and believe in yourself. That is something I really struggled with, and towards the end, as I started getting close with my lecturers, because I was so into my work, always ask questions. I really wanted to understand it and get more examples and everything, and I had a good relationship with them, and at least 1 or 2 of them told me like, Christelle, you have put in the hard work, you have put in the hours, you understand everything. It's now time to get confident and believe in yourself that you can do this. And in doing that, I promise you, somewhere you just get a 10% more, you just get a 5% more, because you just trust yourself, and with that confidence and trust in yourself, you just perform better. So from the get-go, believe in yourself. If you put in the hours and you know you've been working hard, you know, rely on yourself that you actually do know what you are doing. And then with the last tip, and this is more like a tip on something that if I look back that I wished I did differently looking back, and that was to move more, to exercise, to eat more healthily food. I really didn't take care of myself during that year. Yes, I did to take time off to like relax and whatever, but I did that in front of a computer screen watching series and YouTube, and doing that, it's all fine. I mean, if that is your way of relaxing, it's fine, and I would still do that, but I will mix it up with, you know, going for walks outside, exercising. I had a gym membership which I didn't use at all. I was just confined in my room, and just get out, move, go for a run, go for a walk. And one thing I would suggest is just trying to eat healthy. I gained more than 10 kilograms in my honors year. I'm an emotional eater, and yeah, if I look back, that's just one thing that I could have improved on, but it wasn't like a deal breaker. But it's just, if you feel good on the inside, it will just make you, I think, feel better when you study and yeah, go through that hard year. And then yeah, that's basically all of my tips. I've got so many other things, but I don't want this video to be too long. It's already longer than I thought it would be. I get really passionate, emotional, and I know, just a lot of feelings when I think about that year. And also when I speak to people going through that year, I really like feel for them, because I know it's a hard year. And the last thing that I just want to say is, like, don't let failure at the beginning like distract you from, you know, what you can achieve at the end. Because even for me, at the beginning, I failed tests, I didn't do good, you know, but the more I worked hard, the more I just told myself, I can do this, I can do this, you know, keep on going. At the end, and that was only like, our year was from January till like October, and only like roughly around June, that's when I really started seeing a turnaround in like my marks and, you know, my performance in my work. And yeah, so I just want to tell you guys to keep pushing yourself, work hard. It's worth it. it goes so fast, and then once you look back you're like, you did it, and you feel so proud. So yes, that's going to be it for this video. If you want to know anything else, especially on like how I kept on top of everything on a day-to-day basis, I can do a small quick video on that. But other than that, I really hope it's all good that side with you guys, and that, yeah, good luck with your journey, and I hope it goes well. I will then see you next week with a new video. Bye bye.